police started arresting protesters who refused to leave the Dakota Access Pipeline protest camp by Wednesday's deadline, according to reports by the Associated Press and NBC News. After the deadline passed, up to 75 people stood outside the camp started taunting officers. Police arrested about 10 people for failing to heed commands to leave, authorities said. The arrests come hours after remnants of the camp went up in flames as protesters set fire to the wooden housing as part of a departure ceremony. About 20 fires were set and 2 people, a 7-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl, suffered burns, the AP reported. Authorities said they were taken to a Bismarck hospital but didn't elaborate on their conditions. The protesters stayed on the federal land for 6 months as they tried to block construction efforts. While many planned to go peacefully, others said they would defy the 2 p.m. CT Wednesday deadline, the AP reported. Hundreds of officers from several states were on hand to handle arrests, according to NBC News. About 150 people marched arm in arm out of the camp, singing and playing drums as they walked down a highway. One man carried an American flag hung upside down. Authorities sent buses to take protesters to the North Dakota capital of Bismarck, where they were offered fresh clothing, bus fare home and food and hotel vouchers. The encampment is on federal land in North Dakota between the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation and the pipeline route that the Dallas-based Energy Transfer Partners is constructing. When complete, the pipeline will carry oil through the Dakotas and Iowa to a shipping point in Illinois. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers set the Wednesday deadline, citing the threat of spring flooding. Some of the remaining protesters were focused on moving off federal land and away from the floodplain into other camps, said Phyllis Young, one of the camp leaders. The camps will continue, she told the AP. Freedom is in our DNA, and we have no choice but to continue the struggle. New camps are popping up on private land, including one the Cheyenne River Sioux set up about a mile from the main camp. A lot of our people want to be here and pray for our future, Tribal Chairman Harold Frazier said. Charles Whalen, 50, an alcohol and drug counselor from Mille Lacs, Minnesota, told the AP he and a group of about 20 people were not going to leave on their own and were willing to get arrested to prove their point. Passive resistance, Whalen said. We are not going to do anything negative. It's about prayer. Levi Bachmeyer, policy advisor for North Dakota Republican Governor Doug Burgum, told the AP authorities would rather not apprehend people, but they would enforce the deadline. The state remains committed to ensuring the safety of everyone here, Bachmeyer said. The last thing we want is to see anyone harmed. Craig Stevens, spokesman for the Maine Coalition of Agriculture, Business and Labor Interests, told the AP the group understands the passions that individuals on all sides of the pipeline discussion feel and hopes that protesters' voices will continue to be heard through other peaceful channels and in court. A massive effort to clean up the camp has been underway for weeks, first by protesters themselves and now with help from the Army Corps in removing debris. Some vehicles and pedestrians were having trouble getting through the muck created by recent rain and snow, and cleanup efforts were suspended in part because camp officials did not want heavy equipment making the conditions worse.